Overcoming my fear of my mother. Hey everyone, what's up? Today I want to dive into something pretty personal that I think a lot of us can relate to: overcoming fear, especially when it comes to our loved ones. More specifically, I'm going to share how I faced my fear of my mom and how it changed our relationship for the better. It was scary, but trust me, it was totally worth it. So let's set the stage a bit. For a long time, I had this intense fear of my mom. I mean, we're talking about classic, I can't talk to her about anything kind of fear. I think it mostly came from misunderstandings and some rough patches we went through. There were moments where I felt like I couldn't approach her without feeling judged or misunderstood. It created this wall between us that made it hard to communicate. And I know I'm not alone in feeling that way about a parent. But then something clicked. I realized it was all about my approach. I needed to own up to my part in the dynamic. I found myself thinking, hey, my mom is just a human being, navigating her own feelings and struggles. It dawned on me that I don't have the right to judge her for being herself. I started to think about how people are unique and complex and that we all have different ways of doing things. This moment of clarity hit me hard, and I knew I had to change things, even if it terrified me. After realizing this, I thought, okay, it's time to face my fears. But let me tell you, actually deciding to talk to my mom was not as easy as it sounds. I had a million thoughts racing through my mind about what could go wrong. I spent days prepping myself mentally, choosing the right time, thinking of what to say, and even envisioning different scenarios in my head. The closer I got to the moment, the more my nerves kicked in. I was sweating bullets just thinking about the potential awkwardness. Finally, the day came when I decided to dive in and talk to her. I approached her during a quiet moment at home, and I was shaking. Seriously, I took a deep breath and just said, "Mom, can we talk?" The look on her face was a mix of curiosity and concern. My heart was racing, but once I started to speak, something magical happened. I poured out all my feelings about how I felt misunderstood and how I was afraid to talk to her. To my surprise, she listened. We ended up discussing so many things. I admitted that I was wrong about some of my judgments, and she opened up about her own fears as a parent. It felt like we were on the same team for the first time in ages. And you know what? The aftermath was incredible. The conversation opened up a new level of understanding between us. My mom shared her own struggles, and suddenly it felt like I was seeing her in a whole new light. I felt this massive weight lift off my shoulders. Instead of that tension, our relationship started to feel warmer and much more genuine. It's like we both took off our armor and stepped into this newfound vulnerability. Looking back on it, I can honestly say that tackling that fear was one of the scariest, yet most rewarding moments of my life. It taught me that sometimes we just need to take that leap, get vulnerable, and be honest about our feelings, even if it scares us to death. So, to anyone out there feeling stuck or afraid to approach someone they love, trust me, you can conquer those fears. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you ever faced similar fears in your relationships? Drop your stories in the comments. And if you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and share it with anyone who might need some motivation. Let's keep supporting each other through our journeys. Until next time, take care.